Good morning, everyone. It's about 11 a.m. It's past 12 actually. I thought it must be 11 or like 10:30, but I guess not. I'm making myself coffee. I usually make myself coffee before I settle for work. And once I'm done with my morning chores, I am already done with my skincare, with my breakfast, and I watered the plants like you guys probably saw. And yeah, I'm just done with, just basic cleaning and setting up the house. So I'm just gonna enjoy my coffee with work. Coffee actually, helps me romanticize work, so work doesn't feel like work. And usually I make black coffee, but today I'm in the mood for milky coffee, so we're gonna do an iced oat latte. And usually I love Americano or like black coffee hot, and whenever I want to have milky coffee, I would ideally have it iced. I, by the way, have been using the same roast since many years. It's Blue Tokai's, what is it called? Let me try and recall rather than looking on the packet. This is called what? Vienna roast. Vienna roast. I've been having this coffee since years and years. It's from Blue Tokai, and I really love it. Just the smell of it wakes me up, and this puts me in such a good mood, and I feel like everything is good, life is good. And I usually take like 2 spoons full heaped in my French press. I've been using this French press also from Blue Tokai since a very, very long time. Before this I had one from Starbucks, but they're all just the same. But next time I'm gonna get like a double walled this thing, because coffee gets really cold very quickly in French press, and it's such a bummer. It feels like I have to rush coffee, before it gets cold. I don't have a coffee machine yet, but I had one in the past, but I just quickly got bored of it because I don't know, like, if you've not worked hard for your coffee, it just doesn't taste that good, I guess. So I like doing some hard work to make my coffee. It's no fun to just push a button and get a cup of coffee ready made. It's no fun at all. I think it's a ritual, like how people romanticize making matcha, they call it therapeutic. I think it's the same with coffee. When you work hard on it, I think that's when you enjoy it the most. But I guess I'm still gonna get like a coffee machine. But I'm not sure. I am just considering, but I haven't started looking yet. So I've steeped my coffee, and while it's getting made, let me tell you what I'm gonna do today for work. I don't have anything urgent right now. I mean, usually I do have a lot of urgent work to do all the fucking time. I'm always, running. Just a sec, I'm getting a call. Hello. Hello, yes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do today is just respond to some emails. I have a lot of invoices and a lot of proposals to create, so I'm gonna work on that, but nothing is like super urgent today. And yeah, I think that's all. It's been such a long while since I've had such a day. Ever since I started my agency, Oat Milk Social, I feel like freedom has just gone out of the window. I've talked about it in my previous video as well, but I love doing this, and I've really missed doing this. And I guess I just got caught up in client work and deadlines, etc., and I'm just trying to make some time for myself and do what I love. And I've been doing this since 12 years, and suddenly abandoning it just doesn't feel right. So I'm kind of making time for it. And because of the promise I made myself earlier this year that I'm gonna bring in some structure to my agency, Oat Milk Social, I think that's the reason why today I'm standing here and vlogging. But yeah, I still have lots of work to do, but I guess we're just gonna pretend it's not there today. You know what I want to do? I just want to disappear for some time. I really miss my time when I was just a creator, and even though that's a full-time job and it's very stressful as well, like I said, I've been doing this since 12 years and I've seen like all the eras of blogging. It was called blogging back then, and now we're called influencers or content creators. But I've seen all the eras of this field, and I don't know, like even though it's a full-time job itself, but like I still had some form of freedom and I was working for myself. Right now I love what I do for other clients, don't get me wrong. I love, so we basically create content for other brands as well, and we do a little bit of social media as well, but like I'm planning to just completely let it go, and I don't want to do that anymore. But I'm going to continue doing content creation for brands, but like again, I just need more structure to it. So I'm going to work on that now. In the next 1 or 2 months, just getting my ingredients ready. Oat milk, I usually make this at home. I either make oat milk or almond milk, but today I have this store-bought milk because I suddenly was craving for milky coffee, so I thought I'll just get it from Instamart. Last year this time we were actually in Goa and I was having the time of my life. Literally did nothing. We just had this gorgeous villa that we were living in. You can find the vlog, like that is literally the second last video that I uploaded. Imagine how inconsistent and absent I've been. But yeah, coming back to this time last year, I was literally having the time of my life, guys. I was in this gorgeous villa in Goa. Just my aesthetic, it just felt like home to me. It had its own private pool in the backyard and it was just amazing. It was just like a dream, and we literally just sat under the sun and we just had we just had iced coffees all day long. When I say we, I mean my partner and I. We just had iced coffees all day long and did nothing. My husband doesn't drink coffee, by the way, so he did not. He had his beer mostly, and I had my iced coffee under the sun, by the pool, by the beach. It was amazing. I'm just putting some ice cubes in my glass because it's still winters here. I'll do less ice. Usually I just fill up the entire glass and I want it like completely chilled. Unless I'm sitting in an AC. I hate sitting in ACs. Even in summers, I'm always the first person to get cold. So ice, I'm gonna put my black coffee over it. A little bit, and then I use this sugar syrup. I got it recently. Not a sugar syrup, sorry, it's French vanilla. It's a vanilla syrup. It's sugar free, and I've been using this. Like, I'm not a huge fan, but it's all right. So I just put like a spoon, that is all, just for a little flavor and a little bit of sweetness. And again, I'm gonna pour the rest of the coffee on top and just fill it up 3/4, and now I'm going to top it off with oat milk. But before that, let me just stir it a little bit. Just a little oat milk. I like it to be a little watery. I don't like it to be too milky. I want it to taste like coffee actually, and not the milk. That is literally it. So yummy, guys. I absolutely love this. So coming back to the topic, all I really want to do is just disappear. But you know what, like I want my life to be like that, how it was in Goa last year. It was just so dreamy. I just cannot stop thinking about it. Villa of my dreams with a little pool in the backyard with the sun directly over us. It was just so dreamy. I just cannot stop talking about it. I think you guys should go and check out that vlog and you'll know what I'm talking about. It was just, I just did nothing, guys, nothing. There's nothing happening in that vlog, but like literally I'm just admiring the greenery around me. I'm admiring the light and shadow play with the sun and the leaves, and just the water, the glistening water under the sun, just so beautiful. This is what my dream life literally looks like. I really want my life to be like that, like my everyday to be like that. I don't know when this will be happening, but I'm just putting it out there. It should happen soon. Guys, I'm so hungry and also so cold. I was just having such a good day. It was so sunny, and then suddenly it's super cloudy and gloomy outside, and I hate it when it's gray. After such a long time, I was able to enjoy the sun without having any deadlines, and suddenly the sun just disappeared. But I'm so hungry, so I'm gonna make myself ramen. I actually posted about a picture of my ramen bowl on my Instagram, and so many of you asked for the recipe, and it's honestly my go-to. And it's super simple, so easy, and at this point it's my comfort food whenever I don't feel like having anything else, or like I don't understand what kind of food do I want to go with for the day. I just, one of the recipes has to be ramen bowl, because it's just so soothing and so light on the stomach. So I'm going to show you how I make it. So we have green zucchini, we have yellow zucchini, we have broccoli, and we have some baby corns. And last but not the least, my favorite, bok choy. Because I'm just going to do my makeup now. My partner is going to be here in an hour or so, so I'm just going to stay ready. We're going to go probably grab a meal or something. Not coffee, because I usually do not have coffee after 4 o'clock, because if I have coffee after 4 o'clock, you best believe I'm going to be awake till 4 or 5 a.m. the next morning. It keeps me awake for good 12ish hours. So I avoid after 4 unless it's really necessary, or like if I really feel like having coffee. And that's usually when I take a nap in the afternoon or like early evening, that's when I need coffee. When I wake up, I just don't feel good about myself, and I'm not sure, but I think coffee does, activate some happy hormones. I'm not sure, but I've definitely observed that I feel much better after having coffee. That's why, I don't know, like, I have no idea if it happens with you guys, but like, I feel really bad after taking an afternoon or an evening nap. I don't know what it is, but like, I feel guilty and I feel sad, like life doesn't make sense at all. It's just crazy. So I need coffee to, help bring me back to senses. But anyway, we're just gonna go somewhere, maybe on a long drive, or like probably like just go grab a meal or something. I have no idea, but we're gonna go somewhere if it doesn't rain. Otherwise the makeup is gonna go waste, but I'm still gonna do the makeup because I just feel like it, and I don't think you need a reason to do makeup. I did my skincare in the morning, so I'm not gonna touch that, but I'm just gonna take out this pimple patch right here. And where were we? Yeah, I did my skincare in the morning, so I'm just gonna directly start with makeup because it's nothing fancy. I'm gonna just do my, where's this thing? Hold on. I use this Smashbox, what is it called? It's a tinted moisturizer. I usually use that, but I can't find it right now. It's probably in one of my makeup bags. I have no idea. But I think I'm gonna go with another foundation then, and just dilute it a little with something. Sorry, my camera battery exhausted, so I had to switch it out. But I took the opportunity to find the Smashbox tinted moisturizer that I was talking about, but I don't know, where did I keep it now? Oh my god. How silly can I be? I literally just found it and I kept it somewhere. Where did I keep it? Oh, here you go. So, like you can see, the text has actually disappeared from the tube because I use this a lot and it always is with me. I carry it everywhere in my makeup kit, in my bag, etc. Whenever I'm traveling, I have 2 or 3 more of these just in case they discontinue. But I'm just gonna use this as my base. So it just gives a very sheer coverage. Sorry about that. It's actually literally almost finished. That's why it made that silly noise. So I carry this with me everywhere I go, when I'm traveling or during shoots, etc. It just gives the perfect light sheer coverage that I like for everyday wear. You know what, I was actually just watching a video wherein a YouTuber, she was bashing influencers, and I completely understand that some influencers really do not deserve the respect, and I know that there are influencers who act crazy and entitled, but it just breaks my heart to see how influencer community as a whole is, bashed for, irrelevant things. So I was watching this video where a YouTuber was actually bashing influencers for DMing brands for barter collaborations. Hot take, but I think there's nothing and absolutely nothing wrong with that, because this is how this industry works. Even bigger brands, they ask influencers for barter collaborations. So when influencers pitch barter collaborations to brands, why are they called e-beggars, and why are brands not called beggars when they ask for barter collaborations. I don't understand. Like, the hate is just too much, and it's just very irrelevant to me, because this is how the industry works. I mean, I've been in this field since the last 12 years. I've seen it evolve. I've seen each and every era of it that has ever existed until now. And I know for a fact that this is how it works. A lot of brands, like throughout my career, they have reached out to me for barter collaborations, and I have entertained them because sometimes it does work like that. I know that small brands cannot pay because the budgets are a problem. More often than not, they cannot pay. So I have never bashed them. I have never shamed them for not having budgets and asking me for a barter collaboration. So why does it suddenly become a crime, and why is it called e-begging when the roles are reversed? So this YouTuber that I was talking about, she was actually talking about the fact that influencers sometimes text or DM smaller brands for barter collaborations when they can easily pay from their pockets and support a small business. But like, a lot of brands, big and small, they have happily and very professionally carried out such collaborations, and I feel if it doesn't suit any brand or a small business, I have a small business myself, so I completely understand where small business owners are also coming from. But I feel like if it doesn't work with you, if it doesn't align with your brand, just decline and move on. I don't understand when they start bashing influencers for no reason, just for asking for barter collaborations, or just DMing to check if the brand would be interested in collaborating. It's just so crazy to me. I have indulged in a lot of barter collaborations, and I know for a fact that a lot of macro as well as micro influencers or creators, they have indulged in a lot of barter collaborations, and it's just very normal. It's not like they're asking for a product for free. It's literally like exchange of services or goods or products. The businesses or the brands, they offer their product or service in exchange of promotions, and it works for them. So if something doesn't align with you, just politely decline, but like, don't bash influencers just because they showed the courage to reach out to you. For example, there was this video that I was watching long ago. So this video that I was watching today just reminded me of it. In that video, there was another YouTuber, but like outside of India. She was actually exposing influencers, entitled influencers, merely for asking for collaborations. So there, for example, there was this person who reached out to a boutique hotel somewhere in Europe asking if they'd like to collaborate. So what this boutique hotel did was, they got back to that influencer, like literally making fun of her. And this YouTuber that I'm talking about, she curated a bunch of such stories, of such incidents, and she just exposed these influencers. And I don't know, like, I think politely declining is a very professional move. If it doesn't suit your brand, just politely decline and move on. But taking a screenshot and bashing them online like that is definitely not professional. It just feels like they're taking out their frustration, and that is all. I don't know how difficult it is to understand. I'm just repeating myself, but like, if it doesn't align with your brand, just move on. You don't have to indulge in it. Don't reply, decline, but like, don't shame. There are plenty of hotels that happily collaborate in exchange of promotions. So I think such behavior by brands sometimes is not necessary at all. Once I reached out to this sustainable jute bags brand, which I'm not gonna name, as actually curating a series of for sustainable brands, sustainable homegrown brands, because one, people find it boring, and two, people think that sustainable brands are more expensive. So I was gonna bust some myths around that, and there was a whole like a series planned around it. So I reached out to this bags brand, and they got back to me saying really nasty stuff. So this was supposed to be a barter collaboration. I remember my manager at that time, she reached out to them, and they got back saying really nasty stuff. And I still remember, like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but like in short, or like in a nutshell, they called me out for begging, and they called me out for trying to exploit a small business. Now, I don't know how this is exploitation. I literally asked you if you'd be interested in being a part of the series that I was doing, and honestly, that brand would have really benefited from that series, but it didn't end up happening because I was really heartbroken after looking at the response, and it really took me aback. Most of them who responded, they were interested in taking it ahead, but like that never ended up happening because I was so heartbroken and taken aback, and I was so upset that I didn't want to do that series anymore. They made me feel like a criminal for just asking if they were interested in being a part of it. Like, if you're not interested, just move on. You don't have to be rude, and you don't have to like break my heart like that, and call me out for nothing. And I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but I think they also posted a story, like a screenshot of our conversation online. And then a couple of years later, this brand reached out to me for a barter collaboration themselves. Should I have called them out then? I don't know. Maybe I should have. So I guess my point is that when a brand asks for a barter collaboration, it's not begging. But suddenly, when the roles are reversed, when an influencer asks for a barter collaboration, it suddenly becomes a crime, and it suddenly becomes a reason to call out influencers or creators. And I know that not all influencers are professional. I, for a fact, know so many influencers who've ghosted brands. I know this because a lot of my friends have their own labels, and they've reached out to influencers. They've sent their expensive products to these influencers, and they've ghosted them completely. They haven't posted, they haven't done a single story or a post around the brand or their products, and they've like just ghosted, just kept the product and ghosted the brands. And this is also a very common behavior by influencers. And trust me, a lot of popular faces that we see nowadays, they have committed such acts. And this is why I tell people to choose their influencers very carefully, because they look like something online, but they're actually something else in reality. There are a lot of them who are actually exploiting brands, and yes, these are the kind of influencers that should be called out. So the problem isn't barter, but it is unprofessional behavior from both the sides. And by the way, using this lip stain by DM Beauty, and it's actually pretty good. I love how it lasts so long on my lips, and it looks so natural. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a lipstick. And of course, it's transfer proof. It's like a sketch pen, so like it stains your lips, but it doesn't transfer. But I'm literally using this for the third or fourth time, and the nib has sort of And no, it has become really dry and it's not as good as it was for the first time when I used it. This is just so natural on my lips. It looks like my lips but better. This is literally it, guys. This is what I do most of the days. It just takes me 5 minutes to get ready. Ideally, like if I'm having a long day, I would put a primer underneath my makeup, but today it wasn't really a necessity. I just wanted a little pick me up and that's all. And I just want the makeup to last for a couple of hours or so. So I think this does the job. I would ideally also finish with mascara. I wasn't really feeling like it today, but I guess I'm just gonna add a little bit and not like overdo it. I think I'm gonna change now. I actually got a new hair mousse from West Side. This is what it is. It's not that bad, but it's not amazing either, but it does smell really nice. It's like vanilla caramel. Fun fact, I hardly ever brush my hair or comb my hair because when you have frizzy and thick hair, I think combing just makes it worse. This is my final look. I'm just wearing this easy cardigan with boyfriend jeans and sambas and this bag from my mom's wardrobe. I like to call it vintage, but it's not really vintage, but it's really, really old.